This morning, police have officially wrapped up a search for people involved in a shooting that happened nearly 4 hours ago.
Fox 12's Amal El-Hel has been following the story since it broke. So, Amal, what are you seeing out there right now?
Well, while roads have cleared at this point here in Southeast Portland, the investigation is still underway. And now we're getting a better look at the apartment complex that was centered around that shooting early this morning. And because the two shooting suspects ran off, a shelter-in-place order was put into effect here in the Powellhurst Gilbert neighborhood as police search for those two armed shooting suspects. That shelter-in-place order has been lifted after police detained the two people they were searching for. We're told this all started around 1 this morning when an officer witnessed two people shooting at the apartment complex on Southeast Holgate Boulevard near 112th Avenue. Luckily, police say no one was injured in that shooting, but the two firing shots ran off, and that's when an over 5-hour-long search began. Many teams were called in to help, including the Special Emergency Response Team, the Crisis Negotiation Team, K-9 units, drone units, and dozens of police units as well. Again, the search started around 1 this morning and only came to a head about 45 minutes ago when police say the shooters were detained. At this point, the investigation is still underway and no charges have been filed. Of course, any updated information that does come out of this scene, we'll be sure to keep you updated. For now, we're live in Southeast Portland. I'm Amal El-Hel. Good day, Oregon.